Hi everybody, Sab here, Sab in Paris for another dose. Day 5 of my, actually I'm showing you the wrong thing there, there we go. Day 5 of my 81-day drop-in creativity challenge. And the idea is that I show you some of my creative stuff and I show you some of your creative stuff, and you contribute creative stuff daily or once or 5 times, doesn't really matter. And I talk about it and say how wonderful it is. So my question is always, what will you create today? When you've created it, share it under this video, for example, or in the Today's the Day group, or the Infinite Creativity Now group, and I will look at it and say how wonderful it is. So there we are. It's freezing here. What's going on? I don't know where you are. Where are you? But say hello in the comments if you like. It's cold here in the south of Paris. I'm wandering around in a place, it's a retention basin, if you know what one of those is, hang on. And basically when it floods, when there's a lot of rain, they close the gates over there. There's a sort of river, sort of little river there. They close the gates and it fills up and it turns into a lake and it stops Paris being flooded. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of mindfulness. Wow, I've just been watching a thing with my son. It was a comedy duo. And basically, they were playing a couple who were shouting at each other. And I was thinking, you know, I don't want this in real life. Why do I have to listen to it, even if it's supposed to be funny? So, yeah, I was getting a bit stressed out there. So I'm just going to take a few minutes in this beautiful nature. You can hear the birds if the cars aren't going by and I shut up. See if you can hear the cars. I mean the birds. I'm going to wander this way. I think there's less cars. So today, my little dose of mindfulness, it's from Mindful Thoughts for Walkers. Footnotes on the Zen path. I'm not a Zen Buddhist or anything, but I like some of the ideas. And this one I'm going to read. It's a short passage. It's called Inhaling Knowledge. I hope the wind isn't making this sound horrible. I know that wind, I'm trying to shield it. So it's called Inhaling Knowledge, and it'll last about a minute. You walk through woodland in the spring, perhaps along a winding path made by a badger, when suddenly you catch the scent of garlic, wild garlic. You stop and look about you, and there, beneath the bushes and around the fallen timber and old decaying tree stumps, white flowers are bursting from a carpet of fresh, glossy green leaves. You have caught the scent and you breathe it in. Savor it. The wild scents of nature are elusive. We have forgotten how to enjoy them. Why should dogs have all the fun? Their excitement is palpable as they rush about. Bear with me. Their excitement is palpable as they rush about a new hedgerow or field, nose to the ground, clearly overwhelmed and intoxicated by all that is on offer. The trail of a fox or a cat requires investigation. The scent of a rabbit or a mouse gets the juices flowing. As for lampposts, wow, there are scents and smells available to a dog beyond the imagination or dreams of human beings. So that came from this cute book called Mindful Thoughts for Walkers. There's a whole bunch in this series, and every day for 81 days I am reading you a little quote, plus showing you what I've been up to creatively and appreciating your creations. This is where my son lives, by the way, in that little house there. Feel free to say hello. Beatrice is watching me. Hi, Bea. How are you doing? You are my fan. You are my watcher. Fantastic. So I'm going to show you my photograph of the day. Here it is. And it's from a frieze, which was part of the Exposition Universelle. I think I showed you one of these yesterday. This is another one. And in a little park near me in the outskirts of Paris, and it shows workers, and it shows tradespeople, and it shows a horse. And back, if you read the text, which looks like this, you don't have to read it, but in the text I say that back in the days of 1900, although the transport system was getting modernized, there were trains were coming along, the metro was just starting, there were actually about 10,000 horse-drawn carriages, like those little coaches, basically a box on wheels with a horse in front pulling it. 10,000 in Paris, can you imagine? They slowly got taken over by motorized vehicles as taxis, but these were cabs that would carry 2 people. Can you imagine 10,000 of these things in Paris? And the amount of horse poo that must have been all over the place. Maybe they had a way of catching it. So that's my creativity for, last night, very late. And this is another bit of my creativity. It's actually a photograph. It's just a photograph. It was a 3D photograph. And it's really cool. It's these leaves. I think it's going to be a horse chestnut. And it's so amazing. They're like little babies. They're like this. And eventually they're going to go zoom and turn into those splendid big leaves that we know so well, and then produce conkers and stuff. But they're so beautiful. And it's actually a 3D photo. And in the Today's the Day group, I posted it, and you move the camera around, you move the thing around and it moves. It's really cool. So now I'm going to look at some of your creativity. Check this out. I'm sorry, it's not very big. This is from a friend of mine, 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏 from Italy. And I've known her for many, many years, decades actually. She once drew a beautiful portrait of my daughter when she was young, when my daughter was young, and when Maria Antonietta was younger as well. And she's just got back into it after years and years, and she's contributed it to the Today's the Day group. What a beautiful portrait. She's one of these people who says, I don't know if she says I can't draw, but she was very, very unconfident about it. And then she produces something like this, which is 1,000,000 times better than anything I could ever do. So, superb. Well done for getting back into it. Really happy about that. And now this one, I'm going to show you 2 photographs from Angela. Angela, who is also part of the Today's the Day group, maybe the Infinite Creativity Now group. She posted 2 photographs photographs. Just check these out. Just check them out. See what you think. There's the first one. And there's the second one. And do you know who they are? A famous film star, this one. Do you recognize her? And this one, an old lady. Well, they're both Angela. Hang on. What's going on? They're both Angela with makeup on. My joking question was, yes, but which is the real Angela? Because you can do anything with makeup. So I guess you can make someone look young as well as look old. Here she looks like some stunning Hollywood or exotic European film star. And here she looks like almost like a cartoon character from an old lady from a Disney film. She reminds me of that old guy in Up, Up and Away, or whatever that film was called. Absolutely superb makeup. And she contributed those, and those are fantastic. Thanks for sharing those, Angela. And I'm going to give you a quote now before I show you any more. No, I'll show you one more. This one is from Dorothy. And she plays around with textures and with shapes and colors. And she also takes amazing photographs of nature and then plays around with those as well. And this was a surprise. I haven't seen her do something like this before. I said it looks like it's either trails of sand or gold dust on a painting, on a canvas. And she said, yep, it is. So I don't know if it's sand or gold dust or a mixture of both. Dorothy's an adopter of one of my infinity squared paintings. So and I showed you yesterday I did a little sketch of her initials just as an idea for her signature, and she then transformed it into something that she liked, and she's now going to sign her paintings, and I think this is a very good thing. Right, I'm going to give you a quote now There's this site, it's called Brainy Quotes, and it's really good. You look up the people that you're interested in, and maybe you can look up quotes under themes as well, and you get some interesting quotes. So I've been writing about Albert Einstein was part of my masterclass that I'm doing at the moment, my creativity masterclass. So I looked up a couple of quotes from him. Here's one. "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." So that's interesting, isn't it? It's like you have to go a level above your current level of thinking or your current way of looking at a problem in order to see a better solution. As if we're stuck with the same things around us, we haven't got any new influences, then we're always going to be looking at a given problem the same way. And often the solution is at a different level, from a different place altogether. So that's something I always encourage people to do in my creativity classes, photography or writing or creativity itself, is to try and look at the challenge from a different angle, or if to move to a different level of creativity, literally try to see things from the other way around. Literally stand on your head or look at things from above, from below, from the point of view of someone else. Like, what would Mickey Mouse do in this situation? What would Oprah Winfrey do in this situation? What would Arnold Schwarzenegger do in this situation? And that can be really, really interesting. And here's another quote from Albert Einstein. I'm just going to show it to you. Hang on. I'm walking around in circles, actually. This is the little river that feeds. Hang on, where are we? If I got out of the way, it would help. It's a little river that feeds the basin, which holds the water in times of floods. So yeah, this one is so classic, isn't it? Half the time I don't know if these people really said them or not, but it makes sense. And I've just been writing about this as well. Mistakes. I talk about the F words, and a slide in my current video that I'm working on for the Creativity Masterclass, I call it F the F word. F the F word. And I had a list of words. There's F words, there's the M word, the W word, the S word, the P word. And these are all words which are very, very unhelpful when it comes to creativity. So the F word is failure. And the P word is perfection. The W word is wrong. The S word is silly. The M word, of course, is mistake, as Albert is telling us here. The person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. And what I say to people is that I've completely eliminated those words from my vocabulary. Of course, I haven't totally, but I've eliminated them from any use when I'm trying to create things or when I'm looking at other people's creativity. There's no point. You don't say that a kid has failed when it falls off its bike when it's trying to learn to ride, or that a child has made a mistake or has failed when they're trying to learn to walk. Of course you don't. You just applaud the efforts they're making. So totally agree with Albert there. Me and Albert. And I'm going to finish off with 2 or 3 more of your creations. Feel free to leave a comment if you would like to leave a comment, say how you're doing and what are you going to create. I'm all about getting people to create along with me. So what are you planning on creating this afternoon, this morning? And I'd love it if you could, if it's something that you can take a photograph of, even if it's words, put it in the comments to this video and I will highlight it tomorrow. So just going to finish off with, this is from Kirsten, who is in the Today's the Day group and Infinite Creativity Now group. She's got this wonderful thing where she's in a group of 8 women, artists, and what they do is they create these tiny little artist trading cards. I think they're called ATCs, artist trading cards. And they paint, I think they paint 8 of them, and they send them to the other people in the group. So everybody sends off 8 or 9 or 7 or however many are in the group, or one less. They send them off, and they also receive one from all the other people in their individual styles. So it's a really cool thing. Really like it. This one's made with, I don't know if it's on a dark background, silver foil or something crumpled up and then coloured. So those are the ones that she did recently. And just to finish off with, here's a picture, I think it's from Thomas, and he's celebrating nature. And I'm sure, I don't know if dogs sniff flowers, I just think they sniff pee on lampposts and things. Who was it recently told me that telephone. Oh God, what was it? It was oh yeah, someone who's got a dog told me that I think it was Kate in the south of France was talking about P-mail. Dogs don't communicate by email; they communicate by P-mail, and that when a dog goes out and it's sniffing all over the place, it's actually getting a huge amount of information about all the other dogs, including, you know, what state of, I don't know, arousal they're in, probably what they've eaten recently, and various things that we couldn't even begin to imagine. So P-mail, I did like that concept. And so this is Thomas sharing, apparently it's lilies of the valley. I'm not an expert on the names of flowers. It's apparently called lilies of the valley. I recently took pictures of snowdrops, which I found in woods near me. That was a few weeks ago. So Thomas is saying, oh, we've moved on from snowdrops. We're on to flowers of the valley here, lilies of the valley here, which is also a song by Queen, I think, from an early album. That's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. And I do have to have a word from my sponsors. And the word from my sponsors is that the next thing you can accompany me with on is a mastermind, which is not a masterclass, a mastermind, which will start as soon as I have between 4 and 6 people, a wonderful get together for about 9 weeks, and we meet up once a week. That's how it works, a mastermind. We meet up once a week for 9 weeks with a couple of break weeks, and we work on our projects together. We encourage people, but there's no lessons or anything like that. It's literally, it's getting together once a week and supporting each other in a very powerful mastermind structure. And I will be starting my photography masterclass again soon. So that's coming up. Watch out for that. And yeah, that's probably okay for now. Thanks for watching, and please contribute some creativity if you feel like it. Here it's a freezing cold Sunday. After 2 weeks ago, we had an almost Indian summer kind of in advance, and now it's freezing again. So thanks for watching, and happy creating to all of you. And I will see you tomorrow for day 6 of my 81-day creativity challenge, which looks like that. It's an 81-day drop-in creativity challenge. What will you create today is my daily question, because I want you to create something. It could be anything, you know, literally a 3-second sketch. I don't care. Create something and see how you feel, and share it. Share it. Okay, bye for now. Bye, everyone.